Hi guys, welcome to my first YouTube video. So today I'm going to be talking about my setup for OneBookJuly. I'm going to be using the personal size traveler's notebook from Chic Sparrow. This is the Creme Brulee and Deluxe. I just love this book. I love the little sheen that it already has on it. Love it. I am coming from my Giglio Medium Campagna, so it's going to be a switch for me. And that's part of what I want to do with this challenge, is I want to see if I can live inside of a traveler's notebook as my main planner. So we'll see how that goes. I've been kind of like flip-flopping back and forth between all these different kinds of planners. It's driving me crazy, so I'm very excited for OneBookJuly to be able to just see if I can stick to one planner for 1 month. So I'm kind of doing an adapted system. I do still have a separate planner for work, which I need to have separate. And I also have a separate journal, which I have been using for, a separate journal for over 30 years. So I'm not changing that now. And I also have a separate art journal, which is working well for me, and I don't want to switch that into this system. So one thing I do want to try and do in here is use a bullet journal instead of having a day per page. I want to try doing a bullet journal, see if I can mix notes, tasks for the day, and I also track some health stuff. So I want to track all of that together in one book. So that's kind of my adapted system for July. Okay, so let's get started. I'm trying to do this one-handed on my iPhone, so we'll see how that goes. So inside the front pocket, I do have a Field Notes notebook. This is one I've been using for a while, and I use it whenever I am out of the house and I don't want to take the full planner with me. I just take this and write all of my notes in there. So here is my cover page. I don't really call it a dashboard because I don't put sticky notes or anything on it. It's just something pretty to look at when I open my planner. And this is a page protector from Tim Holtz, and I got it from, I think, from Michael's. And it's just, I have two of them together, washi tape together, and then I just cut like a little notch. I don't know if you can see that, but I just cut a little notch in the washi tape. So on the front, I just have a card. This is a Tim Holtz card. It just reminds me to be present, be in the moment, because sometimes I tend to focus on what's happening in the future. I think as a lot of planners do. So next I have my calendar for 2015, and I got this from Miss Wenda, so I'll link her below. Then I have a zip pocket that I got off of Etsy from Wuku Ideas, so I will also link that below. This is the medium size, and it fits perfectly in the personal size traveler's notebook. And I made this little page. It's laminated, and it has my personal information on it, which obviously I have covered up for this video. And then down here it just says emergency information on back. And if you slide it out, it has all of my important medical information and contacts. So behind that, there's two pockets, one that's a little bit like a credit card size, a smaller size, and then a little bit bigger one. So in here, I just keep my Post-it flags. I use those a lot. And then here I have just some extra note paper. This is the mini notebooks from Sentimental Circus. So you never know when you're going to need to write down something and give it to someone. So I like to have some loose paper in there. This is a dashboard that I made just with scrapbook paper. And oops, where's the back? There's the back. I made this using the tutorial from Robin Lott on YouTube, so I will link her below. She has awesome tutorials. And then in here, I just have some bullet journal paper from Yellow Paper House, and it houses all of my lists, like my more permanent lists that I don't want to have to rewrite when I move to a different bullet journal. So some of the things I have on here, I have medications that I take, vitamins I take. I have all my Evernote folders and tags written out. Okay, one thing that I'm kind of debating on where to put in this book that I haven't transferred over is all of my contact information, which isn't like my friends and family addresses. It's more like my passwords and, different accounts and my A to Z files. I don't know where to put that in this book yet. So I'm thinking maybe I'll put it in here. I really haven't decided. I do have a list for all of the different Filofaxes that I own. I keep track of like how much, when I bought them, how much I paid them for, if I bought it new or used, who I bought it from, and if I've sold it and how much I sold it for. So I'm thinking of doing another list for my traveler's notebooks because I have a lot of them now. And then this is more health information I'm going to track. And then I'm also thinking about putting my book series that I read, just listing out all the different books that are in the series so I can keep track of which ones I've read, which ones I need to buy, that kind of thing. And then on the back, this is the back of that zip pocket. And I just keep stamps, sticky notes, Martha Stewart dewdrops, which I hoarded when I found out those were not going to be made anymore. Every time I went to Staples, I bought as many as I could. So I have a lot of them left. And then I have these cute notepad pages are from Kate Spade from the Shortlist notebook or something like that. Shortlist, I think. And they're so cute. And the paper is really nice and thick. And then I have a monkey post-it note. My husband calls me Monkey, so I always like write little notes to him on monkey post-it notes and leave him little monkey notes. And then I have a business card from Gorgeous. I ordered some paintings from her and I just love her stuff. This is the back of that page protector thing that I got from Tim Holtz from Michaels. And these are little cards that you can also purchase that fit in there. So I'm planning on actually printing out little pictures and putting them in there. I just haven't done that yet. So I do have a fortune that I love that I got, so I always keep that. And it just says, I don't know if it's going to focus. You will make many changes before settling satisfactorily. And then this is a picture I printed out. This is my husband, and we went on a trip. We went to this old theater, and they had like these little pinup things in there. And it was just such a fun day, so I printed that out to remind me of that. So I think that's everything on my first elastic. So on the second elastic, I have a folder, and then I have my planner, and I also have a pen loop attached. So this folder I also made using a tutorial from Robin Lott on YouTube, and I laminated it. And in here I just keep all of my frequently used stickers. So I have my market dots, these are from Erin Condren, and then I have Evernote stickers, and I have a paper clip with a little elephant. I love elephants, so I use him there because you never know when you're going to need a paper clip. And I just have, this is my book. I stitched it together, so I printed out the pages and stitched the book together and covered it with scrapbook paper. And I just put a sticker that says life is good to remind me life is good. And in here I have my color coding list. So that's another thing for OneBookJuly. I don't think I can live with one highlighter color. I just color code way too much. And I already know that about myself, so I don't need to do that as part of the challenge. So this is an undated week per page with notes that I got from Pembroke Papers on Etsy. I'm going to switch hands. Okay, from Pembroke Papers on Etsy, and this is what it looks like blank, except, I've added the dates in. So I printed it out for June. I printed it through the end of the year, and then I started using it mid-June. And so here I just put all of my appointments on the side. I have my appointments in pink. I have reminder stickers for my dogs for HeartGuard. And then I have, like, we were going on a trip, so I put that, and that's in purple. And it was Father's Day, payday, yay. And then I have a color code system here where I track days off of work in the different categories, like if it's sick or vacation, that kind of thing. So I have the highlights there. And then I tipped in the DIY Fish weekly chart, and I just write out all my tasks for the week, and then I highlight what day I want to get the task done. And then if I actually do it on that day, so let me zoom in a little bit. So X means I didn't do it, or I canceled, deleted that task for that day. A check box means that I completed it. An arrow means that I forwarded it, so I didn't do it or rescheduled. So what else? Here I forwarded a couple times. So then on the back of that, I have the menu plan. So I track my menu there, and then I track purchases and things I'm waiting for here. This I track in just notes for the day. So this goes back to that color code. So pink is health notes, and then these are hobbies. These are hobbies. And then I was going on a trip, so I have like our information there on where we were staying, and then I have a little list of don't forget. And I have another cute little elephant because, you know, I love my elephants. So I have that, and that's kind of how I've been doing that. Then at the end, I have monster stickers. I think these are pretty ubiquitous in the planner community now. And then I have my color code chart. So I just pulled this out of my file effects. So I have my market dots and what they mean. So I printed this on, well, I didn't print it. I used a Project Life card, and I just put the color stickers on and laminated it, and I did the same thing on the back with my highlighters with what I use those for. And then I laminated it, and then I wrote on here with a dry erase marker so I can add as I need or switch colors up if I need to do that. So that's what that is. And then I just have papers. I haven't transferred all the way over from my file effects yet. So I have weekly review, I have a trigger list, I have a tracking thing for my exercise, my workouts, my tracking calendar. I have important dates, and then I have medical. So I track throughout the year my important dates kind of like as an index, and then also of all my medical appointments, and I use that for taxes to track mileage for doctor appointments. And then this is a flyleaf that I had in my Filofax, and I just had a pen loop attached to that, and I just stuck it back here, and it works. It fits in there, and it stays. My pen stays. So that's all I have on the second tab, or the second elastic. And then the third elastic, I have my bullet journal. So this is another dashboard that I made with scrapbook paper, and I just have my Kate Spade bow clip attached, which these are really cute, but they don't really work that well. So I actually have it washi taped in. And then I have my index page, and this is a Midori grid notebook that I actually cut down to size to fit in here because I love the paper. I love how you can write on it. So I have a couple pages saved for index, and then I start here with page 1, and I just put my tasks, and that's how I started using it. And then I have like a running master to-do list here. I started a budget, which obviously I didn't fill out. I have more task lists here. I have things that I bought, was waiting for. I have an extra page because, yeah, I shop a lot, so I'll have a lot more of that. More task lists, oh, this is my, I'm trying to track stuff related to my diabetes, so that's one of my challenges I want to do in this book, is see if I can put all of that information in one place. Because when I go to my doctor, they ask me, you know, what was your blood sugar? What were you doing? Were you exercising? Were you traveling? And so just having all of it in one place would be really helpful to answer all of those kinds of questions. I've tried several times. I've failed at putting all of that in here. So I'm going to definitely try that again for July. And then here's another like really long task list. And I started, instead of doing the boxes, I'm going to start just highlighting when I get done, because I can see a lot quicker what I'm going to do. And then I'm also going to use this for notes. So that's the end. That's all I have in there. That's the end of that elastic. And then the final elastic, I have a tracker. So this is where I'm going to be tracking all of my things that I want to keep track of. Okay, so I started using the DIY Fish year tracker. I don't know what she calls it exactly. And I started using this book in mid-June, so I wanted to see if I could get it all set up and ready to go. So I've been tracking it, and I love it. It works really well. So the first column, I'm tracking time off from work. So again, that's blue. That was 2 vacation days. And then I'm tracking these 2 columns related to diabetes again. The third column, I don't know if you can see this very good. The third column here, I'm just using as like, excuse me, as like a miscellaneous column to track different things. So I have a 1 there, and that's where I change my black printer ink. And then I also change my purple pen ink on my Coletto. So I want to see how long those things are lasting me before I have to refill again. And then I was tracking my exercise. I think I showed you a little peek of it here on this kind of calendar in my Filofax, and I got that from Pembroke Papers on Etsy. And I decided I wanted it all in one spot. So I have a separate column for cardio and one for strength training. And because then I can see, like, at a glance for that day, everything that was kind of going on. So I think that would be really helpful. And I track, like, my days off from work. So I track my PTO days, volunteer days, float days, comp days, and any other I have. And then I track on the back side just a running list of all the paid holidays that we get for the year. And then I have my husband's information too, and then his paid holidays. And then I have the remaining rest of the year. And then on the back of that is like a box for all of the like tasks for the month. So I'm gonna just put my high-level tasks and things that I need to do there. And in the back, I'm gonna have medical paperwork or just miscellaneous papers. So that is it. So my 3 main goals really for One Book July are: can I live in one book and stay in one planner for the whole month? Can I use a traveler's notebook as my main notebook? And can I use a bullet journal and track everything together in one notebook without it driving me completely crazy? So that's my setup. I am really excited to see everybody else's setup. So thanks for watching. Bye.